How about now, Sandy? I don't think you could hear anything because I had mute on. Dang it. Well, welcome. Welcome to the Thursday 30. I'm Kate Walker. I'm glad to have everyone here. I'm going to take you through your back office. All right. How about now? You guys give me a thumbs up. I literally had my microphone on mute. Are we good? I hate it when I do stuff like that. Somebody give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Still yes audio. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. So, first thing I got to share with you that I got rid of last week were my roots. So I'm a little excited because I'm going to just let my hair go gray. I think a lot of ladies my age over the COVID time, we've gotten tired of doing our hair for nobody. That's me. This is my office. This is my world. This is where I see clients. So one of the things I've gotten rid of are my roots. So welcome to gray. I hope you like it. That's been just kind of cool. And so for anybody out there who's not of that age where gray matters, you'll get there. So again, today we're going to go through my stuff. I've critiqued your websites. Now I'm going to show you mine. I'm going to show you how I go through and ruthlessly get rid of things that aren't working, what I do with them, and how I make them into resources so potential clients find you, like you, and book with you. This is a free thing, but it's the paid things that pay the bills. So I'm going to tell you, remember, right after this Thursday 30, we are going to have our very first Badass Business meeting. It's $25. I put on there 1 to 2 hours because if you guys want to stick around for 2 hours, I will. And I've already got 5 people signed up. So right after this meeting, we'll Zoom. And those of you who signed up, you should have already gotten the link. You just go to katewalkertraining.com, go to courses and resources and click Badass Business Meeting for January 28th. And I think we may even have a link in this group. I like to post it in the lemonade stand on Wednesdays. Thank you guys so much. This Wednesday lemonade stand was amazing. I saw so many cool services. We have counselors who can help each other with insurance. We have counselors who can help each other with self-care. This is an amazing place, you guys. I hope you realize how special this is. And Badass Businesses, nobody pays me. We don't pass money around. There's no advertising. And on Wednesdays, you can stretch your stuff. And it's awesome. I love to see what everybody's into. Review your, so what else are we going to do? My 40-hour training. I offer the 40-hour training to become an LPC or an LMFT supervisor in Texas. It's completely online, lots of therapists, lots of me interaction, and LMFTs, we keep you under that 15-hour limit of asynchronous CEs. We learn so much stuff about supervision and rule changes. If you're a supervisor and you didn't go to my Monday Texas Supervisor Training monthly consultation group, you missed out on Jody Elder and Catherine Bacon talking to us about rule changes, board trends, all of that good stuff. If you're a supervisor, run, do not walk when this is over and go to Texas Supervisor Training so you can be in the loop and know what we know to be the best supervisors we can be. Also, if you miss one of these Thursday 30s, we got them all cataloged on my YouTube channel. It's Kate Walker Counselor. If you go to YouTube, put a search in for Kate Walker Counselor, I will pop up. I will welcome you to the site with a cool little 30-second video. I need more coffee. So those are the things that pay the bills. Welcome, welcome. Let's talk about my website. So I'm going to screen share for a second so you can see what I've got going on here. And so first things first, with my achievebalance.org website, back in March, I went to my web designer, the person who monitors, hacks, and the person who really is my, the red phone where I can pick it up and say, hey, we have an emergency, kind of like what happened with the phishing emails. A lot of you who are supervisors got some phishing emails. And so I picked up the phone to dial Ingrid, and she helped me understand we were not hacked. That's good. Somebody just went into the directory and poached our emails. And so I have a web host designer person who can help me build things like this cool pop-up. So when COVID hit and we were locked down, we had a pop-up up within days, and so did a lot of you. I thought that was so impressive. So when a client clicks on my website, the pop-up happens. They can X out of it, or they can click the links. Now, my website has been like this since about 2008, and I haven't made a whole lot of changes. There are, my services are pretty clear, my resources, my free phone consultation, my LGBTQ welcome sign, and the fact that I'm a solution-focused and goal-oriented therapist. In first glance, you know my thing. I've got my free phone consultation and my phone number. Here's the thing though, I kind of like doing telehealth. And so I started thinking about, okay, what would happen if I just kept doing telehealth? Well, I've got to change some things. I've got to go into the services. I have to go into the blogs. I have to go in and make sure that I'm now focused on someone who might want my services in Mason, Texas, or Hunt, Texas, right? They're willing to do the video counseling. So when I go to my blog, and my blog is actually part of my page, and I try to blog pretty regularly. My latest one is Let's Talk About Sex, because my ideal client is a part of a couple, whether both people come in or just one at a time. My ideal client is part of a committed partnership. And so a lot of my blogs have to do with things that couples deal with. So, but I haven't really added anything that couples deal with in, let's say, rural Texas, or I haven't really done a blog teaching couples how to use telehealth. So that's one of the things I want to add. Now I'm going to switch screens here. I'm going to go to my back office. Hello, Safari, there you are. So this is what my back office looks like. You can see a cheap balance here, and on the side are all of the ways that I can access. So I can still go to my site. I get an option to edit my page. So one of the things I did, I went in to edit my home page, and I took out my address. I took out everything that said the Woodlands, Texas, Market Street. And this was hard for me. I've had that office in Market Street since '07. I made sure that I added her services are completely via webcam, right? I'm turning away clients who want to start meeting in person. And that's a scary feeling. I mean, that's a ruthless toss when you start thinking, okay, I'm blocking out people. I turned down 2 phone calls this week because folks wanted to meet in person. And I said, no, I'm not doing that right now. So if you scroll down, you'll see this part where we can add our snippet or our meta tags. And again, I had to go in here and mention Texas, not the Woodlands, Texas. I used to say Spring, Woodlands, Tomball, the Woodlands. I'm sorry, Spring, Woodlands, Houston. And then I took it out so it's just Texas. And so I can play with that here, right? My page title is still going to have the big SEO search engine gathering words, right? Marriage, family, counseling, Texas. And then I can add more words here. Now, one of the things I'm making sure I go through every January, it's something called search engine optimization. And I always make sure I go into my verbiage and conclude it with a call to action. So you know that I will preach about that 10-minute consultation till the day I die or the day I don't practice anymore. The 10-minute consultation connects you to clients and allows you to focus on the conversion talk rather than phone tag, right? There was a question in one of the threads yesterday. What's the most helpful thing that you bring to the system, to the business part of your practice? I said 10-minute phone consultation, without a doubt. So I save hours not playing phone tag with people. So I'm always pointing people to scheduling the free 10-minute consultation. So that's called your meta description. Now I can keep going page by page, and that's basically what I did. I'm going to go, let's see, we're going to view the page. I didn't make any changes. It's about time to get rid of the pop-up. Now that I'm putting the language here into the verbiage of the main pages, it's probably time to get rid of the pop-up. But let's go look over here at about, and services. So I'm the only one at Achieve Balance. I used to have other therapists, but now it's just me. So you can see here's another change I need to make. So if I wanted to edit the page, go into the back office, zip, goodbye, and update. And view page. And it's gone. But you can see within the first glance, everywhere you look, there's right there in one glance, 3 ways to contact me. Then you scroll up is my fabulous headshot when I still had blonde in my hair. Menu of services. This is what I'm going to go through next, just making sure that all of my service links, so when I click that, is this really what I enjoy doing? I sat down and had a really kind of a deep thinking session with myself. Who do I really enjoy sitting with? Who am I starting to dread when I see them pop up on my calendar? And that's a tough thing to do too, because I'm getting to a place in my career where I want to get something out of the sessions too, whether I need a challenge or I just am tired of dealing with X and Y diagnosis or situation. So right here, this is where I'm going to go through. I'm not done yet, and I'm going to make sure that I have put words in here that would attract my potential client that I like. You know me, I position myself as a resource expert in my community, so I'm not afraid to point people to other therapists and other resources. So within this glance, you'll see that I'm not sure if you need counseling. I make people go through is this a situation that they've handled in the past and they can handle on their own now? So I have some questions, and these are also guided questions. So if they answer yes, then boom, right there is the 10-minute consultation. And I can point them to one of my blog posts and some things that I've written. So I have some books that you can download. And I have not updated this. So when I go to the free resources page, it's going to look a little bit different. And so I'm not really happy with that. I kind of like everything on one page. I haven't decided what I'm going to do. Sometimes I pick work to do on my website that is literally busy work, and it makes me no money at all. It's just because of my brain wanting something in a certain order. But you know that book that you've always been meaning to write, or you've got that great pamphlet or that great exercise workbook, worksheet? This is where you can put them if you're not selling them. I had a blog post last week about building your intake folder. This is a great place to put an intake folder. So a few years ago, I did a sort of a mini book called A 30-Day Transformation. Well, nobody's buying it, so I put it here. Click. They get a whole program. They can work with me on it if they want, or they can just grab it and never come see me. But in the back of their mind, they know they're going to go Achieve Balance. There's an orange website. Can't quite remember who's on it, but they can remember the look and the feel of it. And eventually see these seeds that I'm planting will lead to my big pumpkin, which is my individual service. All right. So I can't really see you guys over here. Okay, good. If you have questions, stop me. But remember, if you're going to be in the Badass Business meeting after this, we'll talk about it there too. So I'm going to move on to pieces of me. Now, this is another spreadsheet. Y'all know I love spreadsheets. And I don't want you to be freaked out by this. I know this looks like a lot of information, but I went back through my 2020 books, okay? And I focused on the quantity, the number of the number of hours I sold. I used to track other things, but I just focused on the number of hours I sold and the average price. Okay, the number of hours I sold and an average price. And I have a bookkeeping program that was able to give me that, and I could download it. And here it is. So if you look from January, I sold 62 hours, and the average price of my services was around $172. February, it's not lining up really well. February, it was 74 hours at around $163. and on and on and on until I could make it into this chart, because I like charts. I cleaned it up so I could understand at a glance what I sold, how many hours I sold, and the average price. Now I could visually put it in this chart here and say, okay, it looks like I sold the most in June, January, and July. Okay, so let's say June, January, and July. If I go and click here, I can now add price to that. And long story short, I know we're running out of time. Right now, what I posted in front of me that I can see on my whiteboard, I need to sell 80 hours at $160, or 75 hours at $162, or 62 hours at $178 to make what I need to make to pay my bills, for my working years above ground, and to fund my disabled years above ground. So right now in January, I have a running total. So I know if I'm way under or if I'm way over. It helps me target the next thing that I do. All right. It helps me toss, let's say I did it by day of the week. Let's say I did it, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and I looked and I saw, I don't make any money on Wednesday. No, but Wednesdays are way down here. Well, why would I keep working on Wednesday? Why wouldn't I make that a paperwork day, or a day that I started making another pumpkin, right? So doing drill downs into your numbers like this can really help you understand where you're making money, where you're wasting time, where you're wasting money. And when you waste time and money, yes, it breaks your heart a little bit to get rid of that thing, right? When I get rid of my office in the Woodlands, I'm going to save about $1,400 a month. Now, yes, I have subletters. Thank you, Dana and Brandy. But that's going to be such a relief. Now, what do I do next? I don't know. That's a little bit of stress. And some of us, a lot of us, we don't like to live in that stressful space of what next. Well, that's what the numbers are for. If you can drill down into your numbers, you can see exactly what it is that you need to make in order to feel comfortable during your working years above ground. All right, let me see if I can get Logitech to cooperate and get me back to just me. Yeah, here we go. All right. So I hope you guys understand kind of what I'm trying to show you here. January, I could go through my paperwork. I do go through my paperwork. I go through my service agreement. I go through all of that stuff that we think is so necessary. And I pare it down to the bare bones of what I need, what I think my client needs. And what I think they need, sometimes they don't need. Sometimes it's just busy work for me. And my client's like, oh, what were you talking about? I don't know what that was, right? Kind of like those free resources. I had them tucked so far away that it wasn't helping my current clients, and it wasn't helping my potential clients form any kind of a connection to me. You know how a lot of you have videos that introduce a potential client to you? That's to create that emotional connection. Well, I'm going for the connection of, we can trust Kate. We can see that she is an expert in the community. We can trust her resources. And if she gives us a referral, we can trust that too. So I really, really encourage you guys, if you're interested in this, I'm going to be doing the monthly meeting every month, right? I'm shooting for the last Thursday of the month, but it is going to be right after the Badass Business meeting. It's $25. I don't want to take, I want you guys to do this because I know you're not making money yet, or maybe you're making money but you don't have any time, or you have time but you need to go spend it doing something worthwhile for you or your family. So I get that. So this is a $25 Badass Business meeting, not really even any agenda. I'm going to make sure we talk about ethics. I'm going to make sure we talk about technology. I'm going to make sure we talk about best business practices. So whatever you bring that you'd like to talk about, we can leave you with a CE. I want you to have a CE for the time that you spend, right? Because anything you do in practice has to be ethical, it has to be efficient, and it has to be something that's going to help you be profitable. Remember, you are too important to lose to quitting, right? Going out of business, giving up, going broke, getting fired, all of those things. I'm here to make sure that you succeed. So if you're a graduate student listening to this, Start at the beginning. Start with the fundamentals. January is a great time to do that vision board. Okay, if you don't have a website yet, that's fine, right? Start asking questions. I see questions all the time. Where should I put my investment? Where should I spend my money? Should I spend it on those door hangers or a web designer? Hello, go spend it on a web designer, right? So ask questions in this group. We have so many wonderful business people. We have business coaches in this group. So yes. Oh, wait. Who is it? Mary is asking, can I sign up for the meeting at 10 but view it later? Unfortunately, no, we're not gonna record anything because I know you counselors, you guys are shy. You don't want to ask questions if you know that I hit record and I'm going to sell it later. So these are not going to be recorded meetings. They're just going to be one-off. Bring a problem, bring an issue. We're all going to act like a mastermind group. We're going to call you out. We're going to help you. We're going to give you ideas. I'm there to facilitate, keep everybody on task, keep everybody focused. And then, but don't worry, Mary. I mean, we'll do it again next month. I promise. We'll have it there. And I think I may take the summer off, maybe, but look for the next one. And if you go to katewalkertraining.com, click courses and resources, go down, you can see the schedule at least through May. I'm going to see how everybody likes it. If everybody wants to do it, I'll keep doing it. If it doesn't look like it's going to turn into something that's useful, that's too small of a pumpkin even for me, right? So I want you guys to utilize this. Tell friends, tell grad students, let's get in this group and start helping each other with business. So this has been January. Marie Kondo. Does she know that her name is a verb? We Marie Kondo things, and then we like use it as a expletive, right? We Marie Kondo the shit out of things. So we Marie Kondoed our practice. From the paperwork to the bookshelves to the websites to our accounting to our numbers to our services to our roots, we Marie Kondoed our life in January. February, we're going to be so good to go. We are going to share the love. February is going to be all about making social media work for you, sharing information about your friends, everybody in this business group. We're going to make sure the world knows what amazing counselors you are and what amazing services you have to sell. So get ready. February is all about sharing the love with your fellow badasses and beyond. So have a great day. I will see my Badass Business Group in 5 minutes. Remember, it's a Zoom link. If you are registering right now, just give us a second. We will make sure we get you that Zoom link. Everybody have a great day. And remember, counselors don't quit. All right, hang in there. You can do this. See ya.